So it's a fresh week. We're starting the week off strong. For one, I've had a shave and a haircut. Good way to start it. I've just been buying this as well. What a lovely little car. Needs some TLC, but they all do. So it's a Fiesta, obviously. A 1.4 petrol, near full service history. It's only missing one stamp. It's had its timing belt done. It's an MOT failure. Nothing major. As you can see, we've got a little whoopsie. Probably is the worst of it, and then we've got some little bits to get tidied up on the front bumper and the front wings. Overall, really nice car. So I'm hoping I can get this one turned out nice, and we need to figure out what's going on with this quarter panel as to what needs doing with it. Obviously we need to get the dent out, but we need to see as to whether it's going to need to go to the paint shop. It's not ideal, but it needs to be done. The MOT failure wasn't too bad either. Some few bits and pieces that are going to get sorted out, but I think we should do alright with this. And Autotrader recommends this with 108 on it on a 60 plate. It's going to be a 1995. I think they've maybe underselling that a little bit because it's got really good history and it's a really nice car. 1995 I think it's a little bit too short for it because of the history and that, and it's got aircon and front and rear sensors and that, so we need to have a suss out as to what it's actually potentially worth. I think personally it could be 2195, 2295 at a push. We'll have to see how it comes out at the end, but I really am happy with this, and it only cost me 300 quid. Bargain. One of the lads from the garage messaged me sending me this, saying that they've seen it, and I just jumped on it. I messaged, I said I could be there then. Got there, took it for a drive, was really impressed with it, and got it bought, and it's back here, and it's going to get done. All being well, there should be a pretty profit at the end of it, but that is probably going to be a deciding factor as to how much is made from it. You can get an update on the Alpha. The wheels are getting refurbished at this little place here. It is called Four Wheels Garage. It's in Newton Aycliffe. It's just opposite where I am. I am just over there. Top quality work, let me tell you. Very, very impressed with the work that he's done on the Alpha. Very impressed. But you'll have to tune in to the video on the Alpha to see what sort of a job he has done, because it is mint. It is going to look fantastic once it is all finished and done. So, warranty claims. As car dealers, we all have them. The key part about warranty claims is how you deal with them. I sold this car not too long ago. I'm going to say about 2 weeks ago, and she hasn't really had any issues with it. It's been all good for her, apart from a warning light came on the dash. Now I sold this car for 3495, very cheap little Panda for what it is, very low mileage. So what's it I've done to it, I'll show you, because what I do is I provide my customers with an invoice, and as you can see there, it's had a new battery on it, and I've even showed what has been spent on fitting that battery, and then I show a total of 0, and then I have a little message for the customer just to say as a way of an apology, and even giving her a tin of sweets as well. So this car's had a new battery on it. It can happen with sales cars when they're parked up like this all the time. The batteries can go a bit flat and they can cause issues. It didn't have any issues when it was here, but after using it, it just seems to have died off a little bit. It was still running and driving fine, but it was bringing up some issues on the dash, because modern cars have a lot of electronics. They need a lot of power. So it's had a new battery fitted, costing me £162, but the main thing is that customer is now going to be leaving here with not only a new battery, but a car that is working, and all being well, they will be happy and have no further issues. That is how you deal with warranty claims. During the warranty period, you just get it done. you don't hassle, and you try and make the customer's life as easy as possible. So it's been a busy old day, and I haven't had a chance to film anything. I've bought one this morning, I know. I've been looking at my Scenic. It's got a strange noise in it when you're driving. The best way I can describe it is, you know, in like the really old movies, or like in like in comedies where they've got the spaceships on a bit of string and it's making that noise. That's the noise that it makes. It's actually quite similar to the noise that it's making, but also I'm going to have to be careful what I'm filming, because we've got the Alpha in the lineup and we don't want to be showing you that. It is nearly done. It's basically getting to the point now where I could probably just get it cleaned up while I'm waiting to find out about what's happening with the timing belt. I'm excited, and I'll be honest with you, I'm loving the car. I've definitely made the right choice of the wheels, and I've actually just made some subtle changes to it in terms of its appearance that just made it such a nicer car. It was a car that the person who owned it clearly was working to a budget, but he was still showing his car some love, which is all well and good. We all have different budgets. My budget was a bit different because it's an investment. His was just kind of, it just wasn't that. It was just his car, and he wanted to show it a bit of love, and that's all he could do. There's nothing wrong with that. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But I don't want to show you it because the subtle changes I've made have really elevated, and I want to keep it. But we'll have a look at the lineup and show you this car that I've just been buying. So all this change round here is nothing really. Bought that car. All that's back there is the 207. Nothing's happened there. BMW. This car, this is the problem when you're selling a car cheaper than what it should be. It seems to attract a certain clientele, but I'm not too sure whether it's just the price that's attracting that clientele or the car that is attracting that clientele. Extremely cheap. It's supposed to be 4,995, 3,295. It's not perfect. Has some advisories on its MOT. The wheels aren't the best, and let's be fair, it's missing a bit of service history. It's still an incredibly cheap car, but I literally had somebody message me on this yesterday, and they asked where I was based, and their response was, "Oh, I'm only in Catterick," and that was it. I asked them if they wanted to make an appointment. No response. They did look at the message, so it's not like they just decided to ignore me or anything like that. They actually looked. But yeah, strange old car. I don't know what to do. Kia Rio, not actually getting any interest in that at the minute. Really surprised me. I thought that would have been snapped up like that, because it's a really nice cheap car that's quite clean and, you know, good bodywork and that. It's a lovely looking car. This is what I've been buying. We'll get to that in a second. The Astra, took that home yesterday. I try not to die. What a stunning car. I've said it before. I've said it once and I'll say it again. What a lovely car. The lane departure system kind of caught me off guard. I was just tootling down the motorway and I must have got a bit too close to a line, and it kind of jolted me back the other way a little bit. But what a lovely car. What a lovely car. I still can't believe that's here. An Autotrader is saying that is now £300 above what it should be, which, I'll be honest with you, is absolute BS. And that's a topic that we'll have to get onto in a minute as well, is the Autotrader prices, because I'm done with them. I'm done with them at the minute. Little Renault Twingo. Lovely little thing. I've just picked up this morning. Really nice car. Worst of the bodywork really is there's a tiny bit of lack appeal there. Not the end of the world. I underestimated this car quite a bit. I thought it was maybe going to be a 1,500 quid car. It's got 68 on it, a little bit of history with it, things like that. Really nice car, but I thought it was going to be about 1,500 quid. As soon as I brought it back, my landlord was here and he says, "Oh, what's that? 1,995?" And I was like, no. Did a bit of history. It's where that wants to be. I underestimated this car quite a bit. So I do apologise for that. We all get it wrong, not just Autotrader. But yeah, like, unbelievable little car. Lovely to drive. And yeah, really good condition. Due test. I only paid 450 quid for it. It was in a dealer's part exchange yard, one that I bought from a few times, but really nice car. Drove it back, absolutely lovely. It obviously wants its MOT and service and all them usual bits and pieces, but that'll all get sorted. And £35 a year road tax, same engine as the Renault Clio, but the road tax is completely different. Why couldn't they just make the Clio £35 road tax, and then it just make them cars even better as well? But we love a Renault here. Fantastic little cars, and I do like these, a bit underappreciated more than anything, but are fantastic little cars. Productivity is what we're going for today. Renault Capture is all valeted up, looking lovely. You can't see, it's very dark in here at the minute, but I've got to say, whoever at Renault thought about these seat covers, a genius. All I did is took these off, took them home, banged them in the washing machine, chucked them over the radiator. They're absolutely right as rain. Yeah, don't tell my wife I know how to use the washing machine, otherwise she'll have me doing it all the time. But this is now got 12 months MOT, no advisories. Really nice, clean, tidy car actually. I've also got the BM here getting charged up and giving it a fresh clean, because I actually have a viewing on that on Sunday, so I'm coming in 7 days this week. Not ideal, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So that'll be going up. I'll probably get a photograph next week because it's miserable to sin out there, and I want some nice photos of it. So this has had distant pads, a few suspension bits and a service and what have you. Pretty bobby basic stuff. Every car seems to cost around £600 to get prep these days, so it's just all part and parcel. But we'll pop in the office, we'll have a little bit of a chat. So I'm still full of busy, just getting stuff ready, and there's inquiries and everything coming, trickling in. It's a bit of a tricky one, time of year, but also there is a tax dodging rat that tends to stand outside number 10 Downing Street with a briefcase that has a good effect on how busy he is, because whenever she's going to speak about the budget, everything just seems to go and stops, because people tend to have it in their head that, you know, what she says means that they're probably going to go bankrupt like that, which isn't always the case. And yeah, so anyway, the issue that really is having an effect at the minute is Autotrader. It's biting the hand that feeds it, really, and you'll probably hear it all the time, especially in the trade at the minute. There was just a bit of what they call an Autotrader day or something like that, I think, where a lot of traders just kind of boycotted it. They were either cancelling or they were downgrading the package to the minimum, quite simply because Autotrader are not very clever, apparently. So what's happening is, the main reason as to why there is Autotrader are offering like a deal builder where you can reserve a car for £99 and it's fully refundable, and there's, as far as I'm aware, there isn't really much of a limit on as to how long you could reserve it and not be able to get there for 2 weeks, and it's still technically your car. If I was to do that, I'd have to reserve it and keep it there until they've come and seen it, and then chances are they might not even want to buy the car, which is stupid. But also what Autotrader are doing is actually valuing the part exchanges, which is not a good idea at all, especially not just like taking people's words for it. And also not even seeing the car. Even we buying the car give you an estimate online, and then when you see it in person, they do a proper valuation. But Autotrader are expecting dealers to stand by that valuation that they have given, which just doesn't work at all. But Autotrader have just been a badly run business for a long time. They give the consumer all the tools, which I'm all for, and you know, the more power the consumer has is fair enough. But when you're kind of kicking the guy that's driving your business, it's kind of like with the Clio, the black one that I just sold, saying that was 50,000 miles over the average when it was a 10-year-old car, and if it's doing 10,000 miles a year, which is the average, it's bang on. That doesn't help your case. And then when they're also dictating the values of the car, so let's say for instance the Fiesta, I do not think that is a 1995 car. I'll be honest, they're not a million miles away. I think it's got to be over £2,000 because of the history and everything that it's got with it. They were comparing apples with oranges. They're comparing that car to one that is being sold as spares or repairs for £400, and it's not the same. It isn't the same. Really, what they should do is they should change it as to where you're putting in, when you're setting up your advert to give you the valuation, you need details like service history, number of keys, things like that, and then it gives you an accurate valuation. There's even stuff that the Corsa that I just took in part exchange, that was valued as £1,700. As soon as I saw that car, I was like, that's £2,000 all day, in good condition, obviously. But like, that car won't retail for less than £2,000. It's just what it is. And then there's other valuations, some that they're getting there, they're not a million miles away, they're just off. And but the thing is as well, they're dictating the value. If you and your partner go out to IKEA, buy a new wardrobe, and you want to put your old wardrobe on Facebook Marketplace doesn't say like, if you want to put it up for 40 quid, Facebook Marketplace doesn't turn around and say it's only worth a tenner of that. They don't do it. You know, how can somebody else set the value of what your item is worth? At the end of the day, is worth what you want to sell it for. Once upon a time, you just read through magazines and look online and that, and get a sort of idea of what everybody's selling them for, and you price it accordingly. And so yeah, they're just dictating too much, and then they won't work with people like Zoto, or like car finance companies don't have a good reputation in the motor trade. Places like Zoto, nobody likes them. They are quite well known for just being terrible to the dealers that they work with. You know, they're like the worst of the worst out there, along with car finance 24/7. So that there's too much where the dealers have been taking the brunt of everything, and they're just giving up. And I'll be honest with you, for me, it's not worth my time anymore. I don't have a package. I'm on pay as you go. I don't have any fancy gubbins or anything like that through them. I literally just put on what I need when I need it and pay for it then. But even then, it's costly. I put the Astra on there for 4,695. I think it cost me 80 or 90 quid for the advert on that for a month, and no inquiries, no phone calls, not many people clicking on them. And I'll be honest, I think Autotrader is just dying. Their stocks are plummeting, and it's just really not a good business to be involved in at the minute. I use their valuations as a guide, but if I look at a car and think that's 1995 and they're saying it's 1,500 quid, I'd probably end up going for that for my valuation over their valuation. You know, I've been doing it long enough. Once upon a time, when I first started out doing bangers from home 10 years ago, I didn't have anybody dictating to me as to what the value of my car was. I'd look online, see what they were going for, put it up there, and they'd sell. Whereas Autotrader, I think in the last few months, last month I sold 5 cars, only one was through Autotrader. The month before that, I think I sold 5 cars, maybe 2 through Autotrader, and then the other months I was selling like 7, and even then, we're not talking like they're the heart and soul of my business. Most of my sales come through my Facebook page. I'll be straight with that. They do. Very rarely do they come through Facebook Marketplace, and lately very rarely do they come through Autotrader. I'd maybe say at the minute it's like 1 in 7, which you just can't justify spending that money. So yeah, I think I'm done with that. I am going to try and keep on pushing my Facebook page as I do, and other socials, and just keep on doing it through there. And I will try and avoid using Autotrader as much as I can, because a lot of the times I'm just spending money for spending money's sake, and I'm not about doing that. It just means that my profits are down, which means I end up having to either drive prices up or cut corners elsewhere to save money, and that's not what I'm willing to do. So, and that is about it really. Autotrader I've done. I don't use eBay or anything. I basically, everything here is run as needed really. It's basically just me here, and everything's kept low cost, so I can offer better value to my customers, and then kind of maximizing my profits. So when things go wrong, like with my Panda, I can look after the customer. That is my main priority, is when things go wrong, I can put them right. And that's what it's all about. Exciting is a couple of things. The Honda Civic, that it has been confirmed as a head gasket. He gave me a price of it. I had to sit down and have a little cry. I am going to lose money on that, but if I trade out of it, I will lose more. My 3-door Megane that I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, that's been for its MOT. Not bad at all. No, it's actually better than what I thought it would be. I want some discs and pads. It's got a fog light that's broke on it, which needs sorting, which I'm going to do. And it was advised on 2 bottom arms, which I'm going to get done. So that's going to have a full test with no advisories. Just spending money again, isn't it? But you've got to go out right. That is just how it's got to be. You know, if I'm a trader, I'm not selling a car with 2 or 3 months MOT on it. That is just stupid in my opinion. If you're not getting a car MOT'd when you've got that much MOT on it, for me, I am of the opinion that you seem to be trying to hide something. So yeah, I just get them MOT less than 6 months. I'm not messing about with them. Just makes it, for 1, easier to sell, and 2, not only gives me the peace of mind that everything's all right with it, it also gives the customer peace of mind that everything is all right with it. I should have a couple of viewings at the weekend, as I said, the BMW, also the 207 tomorrow. So I'm here 7 days a week, and not even a football game to go to this weekend because they're away, so that's great. But in other news as well, Alpha is almost done. It is so close. I've got the price of the timing belt, and that will be getting swapped over with the Civic. But in the meantime, I'll probably get it all tidied up, finish off my video, and get advertised, see if somebody wants to buy it. I have overspent on it, shall we say. It owes me a bit more than what I was hoping for. I have priced it at a price as to where if you want it, come and get it. If not, it's going to stay there. It's not going to depreciate in value. But hey ho. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. As always, you will find all the usual links in the description down below. You will find me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok under Foster's Car Sales. In the description, you'll also find a link to my website. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.